All right, welcome everybody to the ex-Mormon after party. And Ollie is going to come in here in a couple of minutes, I'm sure, and yell at me because I'm an idiot. I sent everyone links that I figured would probably want to be in here, including you, Eric. I sent you a link too. And I just went, I like, Ollie's like, sent me a message like, is there an invite coming? And I'm like, fuck, I sent you a fucking. So I go back to the message thing. I'm like, oh, I never hit enter. So it never showed up. Being kind of a dick. And speak of the devil. And there he is. Oh, it's dark. It's very dark where Ollie is. There he is.
It's the extra virgin Ollie oil.
How you doing?
Good, brother. How you doing, buddy?
Excellent.
You had to see the conversation prior to that where we were talking about what to do with bodies after death, and I said after Ollie dies we have to put him into an olive press because the amount of weed oil that would come out of his body.
Yeah, just for the hash oil. Yeah.
And then I called that product
exactly
extra
right.
virgin Ollie oil.
And I said I wanted to hot knife it.
It would be good to smoke.
All right, Eric, yeah, you can jump in whenever you want. I've sent a bunch of links out, so you never know who's going to pop in tonight, guys. I hadn't done it for so long because Mikey usually handles all that, so I just started fucking spamming links to everybody. Hey, if you're around, jump in. Hey,
There you go.
But so far in here with us, of course, we've got the guest of honor tonight. The ex-Mormon is with us. My very good friend, Mr. Michael Earhart, is with us. And upcoming guest on the 6th, author Quill C. Elska is with us. And we've got the survivor of anything that might try to kill you, Mr. Irish Sweet is with us. We've got the Salem woman extraordinaire, Mrs. Stephanie Helms is with us. And, of course, my brother from the other coast, Mr. Canadian Ollieman, who apparently, if you put him through an olive press, we can smoke the oil that comes out of that afterwards and just get right fucked up on that shit.
So dark.
When I die, roll me up. When I die, roll me up and smoke me, guys. Guaranteed stone.
So Michael, you haven't been around lately, man. What's you've been on a hiatus there? Or, 'cause there's been a couple after parties that you've missed.
I think I was with you last week.
Well, okay, maybe. You know what? It's been so long since we've done one of these because I took last week off because I was away.
I missed about 3 or 4. I did depression. I don't want to, drag that down.
All right. Yeah,
I'm out of my depression. Here I am. I'm happy. Here I am. Toes are tapping.
And you got your weed, so it's all good, right?
Almost gone. It's almost gone.
Good.
That was a $70 full bucket. That whole thing was a full bucket.
Gonna refresh my tea. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Yay.
Mushroom tea.
No,
Dr.
just
Dabber,
tea.
Michael.
Just tea.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. What was that again?
You have your Dr. Dabber. There it
is. You know what that is?
I do. I do.
Right on.
Oh my goodness.
I need one like that. I've only used like
Oh my goodness. What's up, Dad? You can't hear you.
Muted.
He's talking into a mute penis. Because that's what these things totally look like, man. They're like
right.
And if I had a girlfriend here right now, she'd probably go, "Yeah, I wish." Like, shut up, you.
How about now?
Yeah,
Hey,
I can hear you now.
What's up, you crazy kids?
I always think it's a 666 behind him, but it's 9999.
No.
I don't even know if they're nines. It's some Naruto symbol, isn't it?
Naruto, yeah.
Yeah.
Mikey.
The sage of the six paths. Hi,
Naruto.
Yeah.
How's the kid?
Rocco.
She's napping right now, so all is well.
All right.
Awesome.
Don't get loud.
Well, I'll tell you right now,
no,
Mikey. People have been missing you.
Wow. It feels good to be missed.
No. And I've already let everybody know, and I'll let everybody know again if you guys feel like you want to do a super chat and stuff like that. All the proceeds from the show for the next little while are being scrunched up together, and then we'll be sending all the money to my partner in crime, Mr. Mikey Famine, because she could use all the help in the world that he can get to help raise a
For the diaper
little
fund.
youngin', right? Yeah, diaper fund, exactly.
Diaper genie.
Oh,
Or sleeping.
there she is.
And the bouncer sponsored by one Canadian Ollie.
There you go.
No,
Attaboy, Ollie.
I can't fix this.
oh, it's all good.
No, I broke it.
I remember having a similar one of those chairs for my son when he was about that age. It was like his favorite thing to be in all the time.
Yo,
Like I said, when she gets the leg going, she's going to be bouncing herself right out of the thing.
yo, so like there's like the little chair part, and there's like a little white motorized section that like fits in the bottom, and I'm guessing it kind of like does one of these kind of guys to get the thing rocking. The housing has a little screw that you have to get out with like a little Phillips head. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go fish out the Phillips and get it off of there. It's a perfect like rectangle. I bought 9 volts. It's a fucking C battery. It's all round on the inside. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Like, why would you make it perfectly 9 volt size? So she hasn't been rocking in it yet. She's been just using the old foot power. Like Rumpelstiltskin over here.
That's what my first kid was for, to keep the second kid rocking. It worked.
Yep.
Everyone keeps trying to like rope me into these pyramid schemes about how I can like use the previous kid to help with the next. Listen, I don't know what you're selling, but I don't want none. Okay. This is a fucking Ponzi scheme, dude. They just keep fucking- you know, if you have 15, they can take care of the next 30. It's like, no, wait, no.
For crying out loud, man. It's like, one is good, thanks.
Let me test drive this one first. Damn.
One can eat you out of house and home. I know that one teenage boy can eat you out of house and home. So I can't imagine an
I'm
argument.
gonna two at the same time.
Yeah. Sweet's like, I need another job now.
We're actually going to buy a second refrigerator just for the milk.
Yeah.
Is the kid mowing the lawn yet?
No, they're 6 and 5.
Oh,
No, Skeptics was asking Mikey.
Oh,
Eric. Well, not yet, because it just rained, so I wouldn't put him out there in the rain. So as soon as it dries up,
a
out
wet
there.
lawn sucks.
I ruined a mower like that. My stepdad was pissed. I'm like, you told me to cut the grass. Like, you can't cut it when it's wet. I was like, fucking.
You have to shovel the snow off first.
Tell me how to mow lawn. This is the Chicago way. Just mow it with the snow on there.
Oh, you mean this doesn't act as a snow blower at the same time? What the hell's going on here?
That might help. I don't know. Probably not. Might make it worse.
No.
Yeah, it does make it worse.
That's why I like winter. I didn't have to mow the lawn when the winter came.
Yep.
Winter.
Just shovel snow.
Hey, man, you ain't got to shovel heat, though.
Yeah, no. Or as they say here in Vancouver, you don't have to shovel rain because we're also known as Raincouver.
Yeah.
No, you have to mop the rain. It's so much worse. So much.
Or the part store I used to work at, we were on like a downslope of a hill, and then our parking area was even deeper hill. And when they had those gusts of rain that would come from out of fucking nowhere, there'd be this wall of water coming down the road. It would come right into our fucking store. And we're all sitting there with these giant squeegees getting out of the store so it doesn't go into the front of the store.
Trying to bail.
Everything was this high off the ground, so nothing got wet, right? Because you don't want your automotive rotors getting wet. They'll just rust like you open the package 3 seconds after the rain hits, and they're all rusty. You're like, what the hell? That's how fucking bad they are.
Damn that oxygen.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah,
Oils again.
it was quite a trip when that happened. Luckily, in the 10 years that I worked there, it only happened twice. So, but twice was too many times.
Angie, hi Angie. Says teenage girls are the worst humans on the planet.
I don't know. I was never a teenage girl, so I don't know.
I mean, she said it. I didn't say it. Like
I didn't say it.
I didn't say it.
I wouldn't admit to it either.
I mean, I would never put that comment up unless it was just to read. You know, I wasn't like endorsing the comment by any means. There's
Your diaper champ. That fucking is awesome.
Oh, I am the fucking man. The fucking man. She screams every time, but I'm like a fucking pit crew out there. I got all my little station set up.
At least you don't have to worry about the fire hose scenario.
Right.
Yeah, like when you have little boys, they tend to.
Yeah, she would have got. She would have got.
No,
me
you start with the diaper, right? You start with the diaper in your hand before you even get the other one off.
I put a fucking wetsuit on and like the mask and snorkel and
mask and a snorkel.
No, I want fuck that because it'll get on my skin. I want the old fishbowl helmet. The
with the tube that comes out of it that goes to the oxygen tank. Yeah,
the whole radiation suit.
The diving suit.
Why did we do that? Like that is the most
seemed like a good idea at the time, right?
I don't know. I feel like there had to have been a better way. But hey, man, it's like 18 degrees down there, and the pressure might kill you. But you're gonna walk to the bottom of the ocean.
Well,
and then
well,
stick something to the bottom. Like I don't get it.
Hope you are well, my dear.
Howdy.
Angie's funny. Trust me, she says. They're fucking horrible. You know, and I think back to my teenage days and dealing with my sister, and I don't know. I walked into the room one time and I was narrowly missed by about a quarter of an inch of her. I think it was Diana Ross or something. Her 45, which this thing was used for, by the way.
Yeah.
If you just see this part, it kind of looks like a big dick pointing out here. But
it's a 45 centerpiece.
45 came flying and just grazed my head and stuck into the wall behind me. You scratched my record. I'm like, holy fuck! I don't like the song. Why would I listen to it? It's probably Dad, because he likes it. Fucking, she's like a ninja, it's like a shuriken, fucking flying at me. Like, holy crap!
You almost got John
shit.
Wicked.
You're back.
Yeah, just about. I am well, Godless Granny. I'll be and possibly speaking. I don't know. We'll see at the We Can Reason Con in Calgary, Alberta, Canada's Texas. I'll be there with Seth Andrews, and Aaron Raw is going to be there. And when I told him I was going, he got all excited. So it's kind of cool. Have a beer, one of them non-alcoholic beers with Aaron. Of course, he won't be drinking the non-alcoholic one, but I'll probably sneak in a real one because it's Aaron. You gotta. It's the law.
Yeah,
anyway, yeah. So we'll be going there.
Be that much bad to you.
It is.
Nah. I'll just, you know what? I can even just skip my meds for the day and just have a beer or two. And
No.
Why? I've done that in the past.
No.
No. Okay, Dad.
Your current drugs are to keep you with an INR level between 1.6 and 1.8. A beer will get you to about 2.2, which is you're still just fine.
Okay. All right.
You don't where you get in the danger range is when you get above 4.
Okay. So don't have 2. That's what you're saying?
Don't have 2 because they exponentially compound each other.
All right.
No. We had a not great hospital experience.
Oh.
Yeah. I might make a video about it. So I don't know.
All right.
It's ran into some hurdles. Let's just say that.
You know you're supposed to jump over those, right?
Have you met me? I eat hurdles.
I keep telling you, those are supposed to be turtles. Turtles, turtles. Rah, rah, rah.
I'm allergic to nuts.
Okay. All right. Okay. I got you.
Turtles. Turtles.
Not saying nothing.
Turtle caramel. Caramel turtle. Yeah.
And almondillos.
But yeah, we
those
didn't-
knockoff ones that came out.
We didn't get the gowns.
No.
It was okay. Is there any other kind of hospital experience? No, probably not. I doubt it.
Yeah.
I've had great hospital experiences. I've walked out of them.
Yeah.
Big facts.
Yeah.
Dude.
The last
when it-
time I was there, it was kind of fun.
Sweet
They were
Sweet
probing me.
Sweet goes on the Yelp for the hospital. 1 star. No superpowers added. 1 star.
Yeah, I thought about writing a review on the ER, my second ER trip, about how bad that experience was, and I sent actually a complaint to the to whoever the division of the ER department is that actually works for the hospital and not one of the contracted doctors, and they dropped the contract for that company because of my experience. Because the doctor told me, "You don't know what you're talking about," right before I pulled up my shirt and said, "No, this is the second time."
See?
Yeah. No. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. Like, you get your head out of your ass, doc.
Yeah.
Come
So
closer.
he tried to
your head
refuse. He tried to refuse getting me a CT scan.
Oh wow.
So
Why?
he's like, "You don't know what you're talking about. You don't need a CT scan."
Oh.
Yeah, I do.
You're like,
I've-
"Which did you have some?"
Not my first rodeo.
Most people look at me and go, "Wow, you actually like." They look at me in disbelief, like you survived one dissection, and then you go into a hospital when you're supposed to die at an 80% clip on the second go around. I can see why people wouldn't really believe that it was happening, but
And you say that, and now I think to what Mikey said earlier. Maybe you already have a superpower.
He's invincible.
yeah, I don't know, but that
Are you
ties into
Deadpool?
that ties into the good news that
Minor
came from
regeneration.
yesterday.
That's why his voice came back too.
Dish,
Right.
dish.
His voice
What-
his voice wasn't supposed to fucking come back. I have fucking told you it's gonna come back.
That's it. It's
It's
official.
proven.
So
Where is it?
share the screen, please, Mickey.
Oh shit.
Not that one.
What are we looking at?
That's a peanut. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's not.
This is what
Different
was
organ.
added.
Different organ. Jesus Christ.
This
You
is
know.
what was added in January to take the pressure off of this seal here. The blood was gurgling through here and putting pressure and creating this so that this could seal off, and then you don't have this. Well, this leak, there's still a little leak down here, but it just kind of swirls like a river eddy and keeps going. But as of right now, they think there is no new pressure. In fact, about here, clotted. And so
Yeah,
there's no
You're,
new
you're
blood.
breaking up.
You're breaking up, dude. You're cutting in and out.
Anyway, there's no new blood flowing into the aneurysm from that point on up, creating that would create pressure on the aneurysm to, expand it and then eventually rupture. And it's actually shrunk by 4 millimeters because
Was the
obviously,
Was the
What's that?
aneurysm illustrated by the brown area?
yeah,
Brownish area? Okay.
that's the aneurysm, and that's where it's clotted up, and basically all the bottom part of it is still, it's like a little river eddy, where the blood will come down out of the endograft and then slip up a little bit and then flow back down. But that's not creating any pressure on the actual aorta itself. What was on the top, it was flowing through the top seal past the subclavian and then creating the pressure in there. Well, that's what that surgery in January was to fix. And so it actually solved that. And by all accounts, the rest of my aorta from my heart all the way into my legs is actually a normal diameter. No aneurysm or anything.
Nice.
Good. That's good.
And so doctor looked at me and he goes, don't count on it, but there's actually a chance now you could be stable for the rest of your life.
Wow.
That's
good.
Awesome.
So we're not counting on it. I have to get a CT scan every 6 months for the next 24 months, and then once a year after that. Because they didn't do a CT in January, so what they were looking at as far as the diameter of the aorta in the one certain spot at the bottom of the endograft, they didn't have that as a baseline for this one. So in 6 months from now, they'll compare the two. But they don't want to. Obviously, you don't want surgery if you don't need it, because every time you push a graft further down, all you do is create a new pressure point because the graft doesn't contract and expand. All that pressure then just is released right as it hits your aorta, right after the graft, and you just create another pressure point where another aneurysm can form. Well, if the leak is there now and it's just creating a little river eddy and no new pressure is coming, and it's able to stay the same size, then I don't have to get opened up again.
Very good. Let's hope it does.
That's cool. Yeah.
That is. Which means I don't have to have the thoracoabdominal aortic replacement surgery.
Right.
Thank Spinoza's God.
Yeah.
Thanks, Spinoza's.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I personally think you've beaten the odds. You're definitely one of the X-Men, that's for sure. So we'll call you Survivor Man.
The junior doctor to Dr. Cook, who is my vascular surgeon,
Ollie,
who did the reading of everything.
What's it mean?
It was
Me
me.
neither.
oh,
I was knocking on wood.
What?
I thought Ollie was trying to get Boomer up. I was like,
No. No, I was knocking on wood. I was, it's like,
I got to get you one of these now.
No, the junior doctor walked in before Dr. Cook walked in and was like, I read your case file and I was overwhelmed and I don't know what's going on, so I'm just going to let Dr. Cook handle this. It's like, she looked at me and goes, I've never met a dual survivor, ever. I've never even heard of it.
Wow.
Yeah, I played a lottery.
Obviously, she was like 2 years out of residency. So
look at it this way. They'll be flying you around the world and toasting you. It's like, here's the amazing Swede. It's incredible.
turn it into a sideshow.
You could play the lottery, and I don't think you'd waste much money.
Yeah, I think I've used all my luck, so I don't think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Twice.
don't ask him to buy any lottery tickets for you. Those are guaranteed losers.
Or ask him to buy them all.
Oh, you can buy the last one.
See, to buy every combination would be 583 million or something like that.
Yeah.
No, it'd be 1.1 billion because it's $2 per ticket.
Hey,
Oh my goodness.
I bet Elon Musk could have saved a bunch of money that way.
No, because you would have to do a charitable remainder trust to put all
use
your
Geico.
all your winnings into right away, and you'd have to wait till it was $3 billion total prize money. That's how long you have to wait until it makes sense.
So in other words, buying Twitter was a better deal.
No, he's literally losing $1 million a day plus having to pay
I know it's
interest.
great. I love it. I'm here for it.
And I'm gonna guess we're all taking bets on the over/under of the percentage of people that's going to try to retain their blue check mark, and the over/under is set at 2% of all the legacy verifieds.
They're not going to go for that. We're just like,
No.
No.
I mean, most of those
not
people
worth it.
can easily afford the $8 a month or $7 a month if you pay annually.
You see, the thing that he's missing is that they are the value of Twitter. You know, without those
I get
people.
value out of knowing that it's actually William Shatner tweeting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Or
that was worth something.
Or LeVar Burton, or whoever I want, to follow in that respect.
Yeah.
So what he's doing is essentially trying to monetize something that was actually creating the monetization in the beginning.
That's my point. They're the value. The original blue checks, they are the value of the platform. And, fucking with them is kind of a stupid move. Hey! Nick! What the fuck?
Whoa!
Jesus, Nick!
It's all
All attitude.
microphone fuzz. I think he killed Stephanie.
The fuck?
Wait a minute. Did I see my face on Randolph?
The driver on my overhead mic seems to be faulty, so apologies for that.
Yeah.
No. That it must be driving on an English road.
The other thing I've noticed is that it only generates those high-pitched squeals when I come on to Neil's show. It doesn't seem to have that problem anywhere else.
I somehow
all
make
right,
me
so
the
it's
fucking
Canadian.
scapegoat.
Blame Canada.
I don't think it's Neil's fault per se. I just think I have less motivation to check the drivers before I go on to Neil's show than whenever I go anywhere else.
Only Neil. Who cares if he goes deaf?
Well, no, that's not fair. That's not fair.
Yeah, I agree, Nick. Fuck him. That's what you're saying.
Well, yes, exactly. Well, I was genuinely concerned about Stephanie. If that makes anyone feel better.
That's okay. I was saved. I was saved by the fact that I'm wearing my Port Credit World's shirt this evening, so I had Canadian protection.
There you go.
That has ruined the entire bowl full of weed I just smoked. Like that, I am no longer.
Sorry, Mike.
Like I just got.
Sorry.
Like I got.
Harshed your mellow.
Oof.
Harshed your mellow.
Well, that was like some angry ass white noise, is what that was.
Yeah, I'm actually really upset about that. I figured out how to fix the problem. So it's a brand new mic. It's a really nice mic, and it turns out the way you fix it, believe it or not, is you have to go into Windows where it has thread control and take the audio and have it on only one CPU, so it doesn't use any of the virtual CPUs, nothing like that. And the reason is because it doesn't reconstitute the sound properly because it's an analog sound coming in. So that's great, but Windows doesn't save those settings. You have to reset it every single time. So when I go on to important shows, I always check and make sure that it's set correctly.
Banhammer.
When I go on to important shows.
Yes.
I heard that.
Ouch, that was loud.
That was probably a beautiful.
I'm sorry. Totally
ain't gonna
my
make
bad.
it.
Sorry.
That was probably a
Sounds like a
beautiful
sound
explanation.
blaster.
That was
That
probably
was
a beautiful
great.
explanation, but I can't hear anymore. So
Why would you do that?
This is
Talk
great.
about a
This is the
wake-up
first
call.
time. So after that, I started talking and nobody could hear me, but it wasn't because I was muted. It was because everybody else was fucking deaf, and it's just great because it's like it wasn't my fault. I wasn't muted anymore.
That sounds
all
like that sounds like a real permanent solution to a temporary problem. Like,
Hey, I didn't say it was perfect.
for a second there, I thought it was Swede because Swede muted
Yeah.
and blown his nose at the exact same time, and I was like, wow, that is quite the blow.
I was like, damn, Swede, you
But I
fucking
was
overloaded
muted
that.
because I'm not inconsiderate.
Man.
And my drivers are updated.
Yeah, so this is it. It's like this really nice shotgun mic. It works. Well, I was going to say it works great, but I'll admit I don't have a lot of evidence to back up that claim. I have some evidence
You have a
quite
lot
to
of
the
evidence that it
contrary.
doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. I
If the
apologize.
court stenographer will run back the video. It's transcribed. Evil death noises.
Actually, you just
Bracketed.
gave me
Evil death noises.
gave me an idea here, Mike. I will just want to extend an apology to any future listeners that happen upon that,
Oh,
that
they don't know
section
what's gonna
of
happen
the
to
video.
You can edit it, you know.
Me edit? What do I look like, a professional to you or something? I'm just
Okay, you
trying
can
to
ask
rock.
live.
You could.
He's the editor.
You can
After
either
the
ask Mikey to edit it for you, or to at least hold your hand while you edit it.
I couldn't hear you ask me to do that. I'm deaf.
Ears no longer work.
Tore out certain frequencies and syllables I don't like.
There's a bit
Yeah,
of
I've
irony
lost-
talking
So
about
glad I
future
wasn't wearing
listeners.
headphones.
It takes out sentences that displease me.
I'm sure it says edit Nick out.
There's going to be a whole segment of show where I came on, and people there's going to be like an hour-long thing missing, and they're going to be like, "What happened? Nick came on." We just had to, we had to deal with it.
There'll be a bunch
At
of
least-
continuity errors. When
Yeah, at least we'll
it
know
would be
it's
a
the most
different
important, shorter part of the show. So that'd be perfect.
Well, it'll be like, okay, yeah, Nick came on. There was noise for about an hour, and his mic failed. Yeah.
Well, I'm high, so I'd probably do it in reverse, and then it'd be the whole thing would just be noise with a quick three seconds of show followed by noise again.
Well, if the kid wakes up, it's your fault, Nick.
Well, the kid wouldn't have heard that. Unless, of course,
not-
Mikey put earphones on her.
Not yet.
Get her started.
hey,
When's
she's
that?
been-
Next month or?
Hey, we've been listening
Gotta get
to
the cute ones
vinyl.
like those ones.
We've been listening
Nice.
to vinyl. We've been listening to Off the Wall and Maynard. I got a Maynard Ferguson disc.
Nice.
It is screamers.
Awesome. See, already parenting right.
That's right. She ain't getting no baby shark in this house.
Oh, God. Yeah. Try to keep it out.
Oh, I have. I'll bring it in my house, and you ain't leaving.
I think I think there's some people that would argue Off the Wall or Thriller, but I'm with you. I'd say Off the Wall.
Off the Wall's got more of the disco in it, and I like that.
And it's more early funk. Yeah.
The thing that bothered me most about having children is, in fact, sort of stuff like that. But it's like, okay, all my friends would be like, "Hey, have you seen this episode of Lost?" or "Have you seen this episode of whatever?" I was like, "No, but you know what? I saw Dora the Explorer last night, and Swiper actually got the map, but he was convinced by the power of friendship to give the map back."
Got the map.
That was a
Got
good
the map. Got the map.
Yeah. Don't, Mikey, don't. Really, I'm serious.
I'll come by it.
So yeah, that's there is an entire generation of spectacular television shows that I missed because I was watching Dora the Explorer and
Do
Caillou.
you find it odd that Dora the
Yeah.
Explorer only rhymes in the Kennedy household?
That she
Oh,
what?
Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, Dora the Explorer only rhymes in the Kennedy household. Dora the Explorer.
Watch it, Dora the Explorer.
Or throughout the state of Maine. That works.
Yeah.
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 You want to see something? You want to see something really, really funny? Watch the College Rules trailer for the Dora movie, which they never made. Somebody eventually did make a Dora movie based, but the college trailer is hilarious. It's like Dora, she's this little girl, and she's okay. So she's going to interrogate Swiper, right? So she's going up and she goes, "Hi, Swiper," and Swiper's this big fat guy. He's like, "What do you want, Dora?" She goes, bam, grabs his head, slams it against the table. "Cut the shit! You're going to tell me where the map is right now." It's like, whoa! It's a great.
He's a bad cop.
Directed.
Yeah, well, it's just like it's a 2-minute short, and then like Diego comes along and she goes, Diego, how are you? He goes, "Dora, I have not seen you till I was this many years old. it's oh my God, it's great.
If it makes you feel any better, Sadie, my old boss used to call me Satan.
Wow. Satan? Really?
Godless Granny says, "Hi, Nick."
Hi, Godless Granny. Well, Godless Granny's awesome, but we'll talk about that some other time. Well, everyone knows Godless Granny's awesome.
Kelly's awesome.
But yeah. So
no shocker there.
She knitted a Ukrainian flag, and we are going to and I realized I'm trying to figure out whether. So I keep saying knitted and crocheted interchangeably, and I've been educated as to the fact that they're not the same thing. But we're gonna auction it, and I think that's
they're
gonna
the
be
same.
really
Don't let them browbeat you. They're the same.
all right. Perfect.
They're in the
Knit
same
one,
category.
pearl two. Knit
Just stand on that hill, man. Just don't let them browbeat you.
Oh, perfect. All right.
You're right. You know you're right.
That's what I
And
thought.
needlepoint.
Yeah.
Needlepoint's the same thing too.
Yeah, it's all the same.
You got to do it with your hands. It's the same thing.
It's string, ain't it?
How else?
You can be
Never
putting
mind.
in spark
I'm
plugs. That's the same thing.
Not touching the doing it with my hands thing again. No.
Oh God, here we go. I'm sure you're used to it. I mean, as opposed to
Fuck you, Nick. I'm not buying you
assistance from
Starbucks
other-
anymore.
Sir, I assume I'm going to see you later in the year. I probably
More
owe
than
you
likely.
after mooching off you for like 4 Starbucks runs. I probably could be a good guy and be persuaded to pay for the sweetener in the next round.
Hopefully this time
They're
around.
free.
Sweetener.
They're free.
Hopefully
Well, that's going to make paying for it a lot easier.
this time around you won't have to pay $8 every time you leave the parking lot.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's why I always was. Well, that's why. I mean, I had a car, but I was sitting there going like, I'll just go with Neil because who wants to pay $8?
Yeah.
No, that would be. We're going with this guy.
Yeah, Mikey.
Man.
In the Sherman tank he drove down.
Hey, Fort Wayne heard me coming, and they knew when I left.
Oh, I got trapped at the airport. I'm texting Neil. He's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "At the airport." It's like 1 a.m. in the morning, and I'm used to flying in places where at 1 a.m. in the morning you can hail a cab. No, not in Fort Wayne. It's like nearest Uber 6,000 miles away. It's like the country's only 7,000 miles long. How is the nearest Uber 6,000 miles away? But if you're in Fort Wayne, they find a way to do it.
You guys be okay without me for a few minutes? I just learned that I thought that my roommate was at work, but she was actually at a dentist appointment, but rolled her ankle.
Ooh.
And
right.
fell.
Oh man.
And no, she's in the parkade downstairs and has a small amount of groceries, and she does not think she can carry them.
Oh.
So go get the groceries, Neil.
Yes.
I am going to go and give her a hand with that, so you guys will have to be without me for a few minutes.
Are you going to have your headset with you so you can listen or not? Asking for a friend.
Like you have friends.
Okay. Oh, fair. Nonetheless.
No, I'll be taking them
Touché,
off.
salesman.
I'm
All right,
all
all
the
right.
way down. So I'm about to fade to black here. Fade to black. Back in a few minutes, guys.
I had a lot more friends until the first 3 seconds of the show when I came in. The live chat was. The live chat had some opinions about that one. I thought he was. Aren't you supposed to be helping people, Neil?
He is. You give him a hot minute. You got it.
Days with a single hook, you're essentially making a bunch of knots and ends with 2 needles. It's like in a room guy.
That's how it was. That's how it was explained to me by Titan of all people. I was just like, no, this is the difference. I was like, really?
You're not going to tell me yarn's not string. Where am I going wrong here? It's just fluffy string.
Fluffy string?
It's string with a fro.
Fuzzy.
What?
Fuzzy string.
It's like 70s string.
Fuzzy.
There it is. You win the prize. I was waiting to see who would say it first. There you go. I've trained you well in the dark arts. Oh yeah, Ollie, tell everybody who got arrested in Marvel?
Oh, what the fuck is his name? I can't think of his name.
Kang.
Give me a second.
The
The guy that plays
that's right,
Kang, yeah.
the guy who plays Kang was arrested in assault and battery, I think it was.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Like put in handcuffs, took to jail, arrested, not just asked to come in for questioning, arrested. Type of thing.
Yeah, it
I
takes some
heard-
balls to arrest Kang.
I've been hearing some conflicting stories about it. I heard that he called in the domestic dispute, and then they came and arrested him.
Oh, really?
I think.
No, I never heard
I
that,
think.
but-
I heard. I saw one headline. I didn't dive into it because I didn't have time. But it's still kind of a mess right now. I think Nate the Lawyer just did an episode, or at least a live stream on that a little bit.
I should check that out. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Who is this again?
The guy who plays Kang, he is, by the way.
He's also.
Yeah, he's in the new Creed movie as well, and
Oh,
he
he's
is
the one that they pulled all the.
Jonathan
recruiting in.
Majors.
Jonathan
Jonathan Majors.
incredible
Yeah.
actor. That guy
He's
is
a great actor.
underrated. He is in terms of this generation's best actors. He's up there with Heath Ledger. He's just.
I think he was awesome. Wasn't he the one in Lovecraft Country?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was him. I didn't see it, but I sort of vaguely remember that that's in his list of credits.
He did a. If that was him, he did a hell of a job in that one.
Well, at the end of Loki, the way he played.
Yes.
Yeah.
The way he played the He Who Remains at the end of Loki was fucking awesome. I just rewatched it yesterday, Nick.
And that was a bold. That's a bold as an actor. That is it's bold to go that way, because if the director doesn't support it and if people don't support you, then you're just going to get in trouble for trying to be overly getting attention on set, and then it may not work. And it just worked, and it was just like, wow.
Well, that actor would have to have a lot of range, because he's basically playing multiple versions of the same character, with like all kinds of like eccentricities and differences and stuff. And yeah, they probably chose him very carefully. And yeah, he did a really good job in Loki.
I gotta look that up. I don't remember that.
Pans out in a
everything I'm hearing about
positive
Ant-Man
way.
3 is bad, but not about him, right?
Yeah.
It was towards the end of the show, Mikey.
What should I look up to find what you guys are talking about?
The last episode of Loki.
Or
just do Jonathan Majors news.
Yeah, or
No.
ending
Like
of Loki.
that scene you're talking about.
Last scene in Loki, or ending of Loki. It was the ending. It was the final scene in the.
Look up.
Or better yet,
what
he who remains explains the multiverse. That's a short video that's about 7 minutes, and he is amazing. And that's him. He's explaining the multiverse.
Oh, okay.
I really appreciated that episode of Loki, because that was the last episode, and there wasn't some over the top battle. The climax of the series of the season was a conversation. I was like, I like this. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Loki kept trying to stab him.
One of them, yeah.
Well,
that was one too. One Loki's trying to stab him, the other one's trying to stop the other Loki.
That was
the entire episode. One's like, I'm gonna stab him. The other one's like, no, you aren't. Yeah.
Oh, and the
Think
way he
about it
does
for a
that,
minute. Think about it for a minute.
the way he does that, just a stolen glance at the lake, and it was just like oh my god, manic, insane, and yet completely rational, all in one. Holy smoke! And yeah, he's got to play what, like 1 million people going forward.
Yeah. He's such a great actor for it. This domestic disturbance or abuse or whatever it turns out to be, I'm hoping. I mean, if he's guilty of something, he's guilty of something, and kick him from the show. But that would be a real shame, because he's a powerful actor for that role. But yeah, we'll see how it pans out. When I saw that, I was like, oh no, I'm really looking forward to this character. But yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, it's still too early to tell.
Obviously, got to see how it pans out. I mean, I think it's more complicated. There are a lot of people who have said that, like, okay, well, if he's guilty, he should be done across the board. Yeah. And I think it obviously depends on the severity. But having said that as well, it's like, do you judge? Maybe he's a terrible guy. It's entirely possible. But do you judge somebody by the worst thing they've ever done in their lives? If that's how you're going to judge people. And the problem is, the worst thing that he ever does in his life is going to be public, no matter what he does.
Yeah.
So I try to be as forgiving as possible. I try to also, remember that, hey, I kind of like the guy, so I'm incentivized to give maybe more charity than I should. But I try to remember,
Yeah. I think it depends on. I think it depends on when that worst thing you ever done happened. Like, let's say, for the sake of argument, yeah, he's completely in the wrong here. He was abusive, and he was justly arrested. And there's like, it's really bad. Let's just pretend it's really bad.
Yeah.
We don't know, but let's just say it is. That happened now. It's like, if that happened now, he should not be. He should not be getting treatment, or rather, I take that back. He should not be getting employment and treatment now. If it happened 10 years ago, and yeah, he's made steps to change or anything like that, it depends, circumstantial. But the fact that it happened now, and if it's bad now, then yeah, he shouldn't be rewarded for stuff now. He needs to, work for that redemption or whatever it takes.
Service time.
Social repentance.
Yeah. There's a I don't know. There's no hard and fast rule about it, but there's like some appropriate amount of time that needs to pass before somebody can start working their way back.
But I mean,
also
so
depends
again,
on the severity of the transgression too. Like it's like extremely bad, then yeah, don't come
which
back.
is
Like,
what,
okay.
What makes it so hard to talk, of course, in hypotheticals, it's like, okay, let's just assume it's the worst thing you can imagine, and yada yada yada. But so again, I'm going to offer some pushback because, while in principle I tend to agree, keep in mind too, if any of us had done that, we probably wouldn't lose our jobs because they may never find out at work. And if we went and we got counseling for anger management or whatever, and let's assume he's got no history of it. Let's assume it was bad, but he's got no history. Let's assume, for whatever reason that, he was suffering high anxiety or some other problem that contributed. It doesn't excuse it, but no history. Everybody on the planet knows, and everybody on the planet is going to be taken upon themselves to let him know. He's going to walk down the street and people are going to be sitting there going, you're an asshole, you fucked up, and I think you should know it. None of us have to suffer that. And I'm aware, too, that he's had a lot of benefits. He's made more money than any of us ever will, so there is a price for that. But because of that, and because then he's going to suffer in his job and in his life in ways none of us would have to for the same crime. So while I agree, I think the calculus is more complicated than people often give it credit for, I think is what I'm trying to say.
I agree. Being famous will definitely come at a higher cost than not being famous for that kind of stuff. And that's just the way society operates, unfortunately. So I'm interested to see what happens though, because I'm hoping it was just the media just blew it out of proportion. I'm hoping that it wasn't that bad. All kinds of possibilities. Yeah, and I'm waiting for more information. Well, we're talking about you, Neil.
What? Shush.
No, we're talking about Jonathan Majors, the guy who plays Kang in Marvel.
Yes.
Negative news around him recently, so we were talking about potential outcomes of it.
Oh, I still haven't seen Quantumania yet. So.
Me neither.
I heard it was not so good.
It was a mediocre movie. It was, I thought he was awesome in it. It's worth seeing just for him. And in the end, you're not going to sit there and say, oh, that was a bad movie, waste of money. On the flip side, you're going to say, oh, okay, so it's better than Iron Man 2. It's as far as Marvel movies, it is probably take the dead center of the average movie. It is slightly below that. It doesn't suck. It's not shitty, but there's nothing original or unique about it, or nothing that you're going to walk away saying, hey, that was a really good movie, except for him.
Okay, very good.
I think all the Ant-Man movies were kind of just like, the idea is unique, like a man who can grow and shrink, but the execution was very standard across the board.
I liked them. I like the first two.
I'm not offended by them. I just, I can just.
Like, where else are you going to see a fucking Pez dispenser be blown up?
So my
Have
wife
you guys
and I
seen McKinnon?
Oh, seen what?
Nope.
McKinnon. No. Yeah, but we sure felt his energy on that one, Mikey.
Yeah.
That's called the
me.
McKinnon.
Mikey just
That's called the McKinnon. He'll be like midway through saying something and then disappear.
It wasn't me. I swear to God. I know why everybody's
looking. Card maneuver, but it's the McKinnon maneuver.
So my wife and I have been both very, very busy, and our schedules have not overlapped. So I finally said to her early, like last week, I said, we have to have a date night. We're going to go out. kids are getting old enough now that you can do it for like a couple of hours and it's okay.
And
So
they
like, we're
won't
going to
kill
go
each
out, we're
other.
going to do something, and she says, I've already got it planned. We're going to do a movie at a dine-in theater, which is what we did. Yeah, oh yeah, you say that now. So as a movie at a dine-in theater, the first thing I'm thinking is, okay, it's
dine-in or drive-in?
A dine-in. We have a really nice dine-in theater here. You sit, you order stuff. They got like Oreo shakes. They got burgers of every kind, and it's a full-fledged restaurant. It's restaurant-quality food. They have a kitchen, and they bring it out to you. Since COVID, now you got to like order up at the front. You can't order in your seats, but they used to have a button. You press the button. Waiter comes. Anytime during the movie, waiter comes while you're watching the movie. And like, and she's like, I'd like another glass of wine. And so I'm thinking I'm going to be subjected to Bridges of Madison County, to whatever, because I'm just like, okay, but it's worth it because we haven't
Nick just
spent.
hates Iowa.
Well, there's that too. That notwithstanding, so I'm thinking that's what we're going to do. But it's worth it because I haven't really had a chance to connect with her for a while. So I said, okay, great. What's the movie? She goes, John Wick 4. Like, you are so fucking awesome. It's actually not my kind of movie, to be honest, but I just love the fact
come on,
that
man. The John Wicks are awesome.
The movie she picked,
and I heard 4 was really good too.
The movie she picked was John Wick 4, and I was just like, we're doing a date night. It's John Wick 4, and she's seen them all. She loves them all, and I was just like, okay, great, that's it. So that's it. My weekend was date night, romantic date night with the wife, watching Keanu Reeves kill a lot of people very quickly.
And to think, if Alfie hadn't killed that dog, none of this would have happened.
None of this would happen.
Yeah.
I didn't even know the plot. She was just like, she sends me this thing, and she goes, it's a clip, 15 minutes. You can learn what happened in all the previous John Wick movies, because I haven't seen them. So it's like,
it's just a super cut of everyone dying to John Wick songs.
It's like, oh, this is what happened.
One after another is bam, 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 bam.
It's actually just 15 seconds. This is what happens when you kill someone's dog.
Here's the body count. Here's the current body count. We're going to quadruple it by the end of this movie.
It was all plot. It was about the plot. There was no fight scenes in it, so that's how they were able to fit the previous 3 movies in 15 minutes. They just cut out the fight scenes. Here's the plot. Boom, caught up. Didn't miss a thing. It was good. I liked it. It was
It is
oddly,
what it is, and it's really well done for what it is.
Well, okay. I had a problem with it. A genuine problem, the same way that like lawyers have problems watching legal films, which is the choreography.
Some problems here.
Listen, I am made of problems. Very mature, very mature, Neil.
Oh, please! Like you've ever thought that I was mature?
No, but
growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Okay.
I was hoping you were at least slightly more mature than me, because otherwise, if there's nobody to supervise, we got a problem.
Have you seen my giant pile of Lego?
No, I did see. I saw your Star Wars. That was about it. I haven't seen like Legos, but I've seen
in a row.
Whatever that is.
Wasn't I going to build one? I was going to build one, wasn't I?
Which one? What were you going to build?
You keep saying you're going to build one. You never have.
No. Oh, yeah, I have. I've built 2 Batmobiles and a Ghost Rider car. No, not on stream.
Well, you keep saying you're going to do it on stream, and you never do.
Okay, fine. I'll fucking do it. All right.
Yeah. There you go.
One second.
Oh, he's going to do it right now. Get one. Build it.
All right, so we'll do this one. It's a microfighter. And it's a little Boba Fett ship.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
The non prequel microfighters, I like buy every one of them. I'm a sucker for original trilogy ships. Yeah.
Oh, this fucker's tough to open. Oh, because you're not pushing where it says open, Neil.
That box is meant to be opened by kids, Neil.
Yeah, apparently it's adult proof.
Well, let's get an adult to try to open it, and we'll find out.
Oh, Nick, fuck, you know. Next Starbucks I buy you, I'm spitting in it. Because that's the mature thing to do.
I had assumed you would spit in the previous three. It's a wonder we're friends.
Not
really,
just
but
do we have the three atheists? Or I'm sorry, the three Canadian. Do you notice that the three Canadians are going down the side?
Oh shit!
They already used. Oh, that's
really the three Canadians should be the top row, and all the Americans should be underneath.
With a dumpster fire that's happening in the basement, you just need to.
We lost Neil.
No, I'm here. I realized I'd hit the mute for Aunt Jer's sake, so she doesn't like snap and lose her shit because I'm going to be opening plastic bags. So, pardon me for a second.
Anyway, I'm feeling like a ball at the bottom of the hill. I had potential. I don't anymore. The NyQuil is hitting me. And,
all right, brother.
I must sign out.
Okay.
All right. Well, I hope you feel better, man.
Good sweet.
Good seeing you, sweet.
Here. And he just fucking McKinnon us too. All right.
Yeah. Ghost.
Cursed Canadian. All right, another Canadian. How you doing, Cursed Canadian? Welcome to the show. Oh, and I see Pragmatic Crystal jumped in too. I'm Pragmatic.
Hey, it's Prag.
Oh, wow.
We're not in a row anymore.
Nope.
That's
No.
okay. That's right.
You guys are even in order.
In order? How
Geographic.
so?
Because you're on one coast, he's on the other. She was in the middle, and she's in. Well, I'm not going to out her town, but she's in the middle.
Just give him my full address.
There you go.
123 49th Avenue.
I'm going to embarrassingly admit that I spent half my weekend doing something very grown up called Diablo 4.
Oh,
Open beta.
That was
How'd
fun.
it go?
Anybody else check that out?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that was
I wanted
wicked.
to, but,
Yeah.
Why?
I created one of each character. I created one of each class, got to the first town, and I got a sorcerer to level 25.
Right on.
Yeah.
Was it
I'm
just
definitely-
a test weekend? Or what did it release?
Yeah.
Open beta for about 3 days.
I think you keep the characters though, as far as I know. Like they carry
really?
over. I'm not sure 100% on that.
Yeah.
I'd have done it if I had known that. Well, it's $99
be
for the
wrong.
full edition.
I know.
Ridiculous.
Of course, I
So,
want the most expensive one.
I'm super upset that the physical collector's box does not include a copy of the game. It's $100 and it doesn't have the game with it.
Really?
I'm super upset that I have. You probably can't see it. I have almost all the Diablo collector boxes up there, and I'm not going to buy this one because I refuse to buy a collector's box that has no game in it.
Yeah, why the hell would you do that?
Like,
That seems dumb.
Jesus.
I heard from a friend that it was the reason was, well, we want to we don't want to sell collector's boxes for console players because traditionally collector boxes have the PC version inside of it, and they're like, well, we want to give customers the option to buy either. And I'm like, you give a code and just you redeem the code for either one. Like, there's no problem there. But yeah, if I want the full Diablo treatment, it's $100 for the physical collector's box, and then $100 for the digital deluxe edition. So it's $200 for a video game.
Yep.
I'm a little upset at this.
That's a
I'm not
bit
surprised,
much.
but I'm upset.
The sad
They
part
figured
is
out
I
how
would
to make
probably
money on
still
that
spend
one.
that.
Oh, and there's a battle pass. There's a battle pass in this game. So every 3 months they want like $15 out of you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I'm starting to get really upset about this subscription model to like everything now.
Yeah.
It's getting like,
Just how can we squeeze more money out of the customer?
there's what is it? Anything like PC utilities, like a download manager now. It's like you used to just be able to buy the download manager, and it's like you own it, and maybe upgrades or whatever for you. No, now it's like you have to buy a $9 subscription, or else you can't use it. $9 subscription for like Clary utilities or whatever. It's just like these are just basic. By the time you total this up,
Software Software as a service is ridiculous. Like I pay for Premiere and Photoshop, and I'm like, there's no new features being dumped into this product. Like this product is like feature complete, but I'm still paying a monthly fee for it. Yeah,
right.
Really dumb. I should just install Linux and like install GIMP and I don't know what the Linux equivalent of a video editor is, but like to completely switch over to Linux.
Would you call me
for my videos? I'm sorry they named a program after you, Neil. I mean, I don't make the rules. No, GIMP is the Linux equivalent of Photoshop, basically, and it's free. Like you can like the shortcuts are a little bit different. They're not as many features, but it's feature complete enough where it's very useful, and you can do all kinds of stuff with it.
Can't you also get that for the PC though? I think it was originally just simply native to.
You might be able to, yeah.
You can get it for the PC.
You might be able to.
So I
guess it would be.
Photoshop.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I love Photoshop too because it's a great program.
Me.
Yeah, it's a great program, and I know all the well, not all of them, but a lot of the keyboard shortcuts. So I work pretty fast in it. If you install GIMP, you got to learn relearn all the shortcuts. Well, what's the competitor to Premiere for video editing? Anybody know? It's called DaVinci.
Yeah, DaVinci Resolve.
DaVinci. Yeah, I gotta probably check that out because Premiere's not the greatest.
Also
Photoshop's awesome. Premiere's not.
Yeah,
Okay. So I got to say this right off the hop. I'm already impressed with the Boba Fett minifigure that you get with this.
Nice.
It's literally the best version I've seen so far with all the print on the sleeves and the legs and stuff like
that's
that.
awesome.
It's badass.
Yeah,
like this is good.
Look at the detail on that.
His little face there. He's all like pissed off and shit.
Nice.
Yeah, and you get the little jet pack on the back there. Yeah, this is literally the best fucking Boba Fett figure, the minifig that I've seen from Lego so far, in my opinion. And I have quite a few of them. So
this is making me want Lego.
Lego.
I have lots.
There you go.
Yeah, that's behind him. If you can see it on that shelf behind him, and then there's more. They're over him. They're under him.
It's like wall-to-wall Lego. The entire thing.
I even have unofficial Lego, like bags and bags of figures, like from Naruto, from One Piece, from One Punch Man. I have Pinhead and Michael Myers and the Crow and
oh my god,
stuff like
Nitty's
that. Yeah,
got a lot of Lego too, doesn't he?
He certainly does. Yes.
Yeah.
I keep trying to outdo him. That's not easy to do.
Yeah.
So let's start making a Boba Fett Starfighter. What are they calling it now? The what do they call it now?
It's no longer Slave 1. It's now Boba Fett Starfighter. Yeah.
Well, that's what they started calling it at first, and then it actually has a name now. Fire Spray.
No, that's the classification ship.
Yeah, that's always been the class of the ship.
Yes, so they're just calling it a Fire Spray. Yeah. All right.
That's very vanilla.
Yeah, it's like calling it an X-wing an X-wing.
If you Google it, it still says
really.
Nope.
If you Google it, it still says Slave 1. That's so weird. They haven't changed it on Google.
On Disney's official site, or
no, just Google like the first big answer that comes up on Google.
Oh, well that's Wikipedia. That's a third party.
That won't change.
Well, and has the new season started?
Yeah,
it says StarWars.com.
Okay then. And it actually has a still image from the Boba Fett series. So okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mentions Django. They're getting all detailed.
Sorry, I muted myself for some fucking reason.
Mute.
Probably because nobody wants to hear this.
I probably think
I mean, nobody wants to hear my fucking voice.
ASM, whatever.
Where the hell? Oh, there it is. I see it. All right. Fancy little fucking pieces here. Over the years, it's just to see all the custom pieces that they've started making for these sets to be built is Like their mold shelf must be the size of an Amazon warehouse. Like it must be huge.
Yeah, some of the Star Wars sets I put together are like, you pull out a piece, you're like, wow, this is like a one of a kind thing. Like you're not gonna find it because it's so esoteric and specific to what you're doing.
Yep, I know. I can't wait to put together my Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon and Razor Crest, and the Ultimate Collector Series Luke Land Speeder as well. They're not cheap.
I literally have to build more house to store more Legos. I have no room for more Legos.
Exactly.
Which I'm being quite honest. We actually build more house so I can have more room for Legos. Also,
are you kidding?
More house is always nice too. My house is actually fairly small compared to.
I think that alone is an excuse.
Yeah.
I'd say you better get on it.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the, as bad as it'll be, I'm waiting for the construction crash, because then when contractors get hungry, that's when the prices go down. So hold on to my money until I get twice as much house for the same amount of money.
Like, look at this fucking piece, frozen. Like weird angled thing. Like they probably had to design this for this little micro set, because I've never seen anything like that before.
I'm so glad Lego bounced back. They were like on the verge of bankruptcy.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
They made a comeback. Wow.
Back in 1999, 2000, when they released Star Wars, on the
it was just that contract.
Really?
Yeah,
it was the best thing they ever did.
Yeah.
Then they started getting what do you call it? Licensing from others like Disney and stuff like that. And then ultimately Disney ended up buying Star Wars and yada yada. So they had the Marvel, the DC, and all that stuff. Now they got Mario. So you can buy Mario sets. And, Minecraft sets. You can buy. I don't buy the Mario or Minecraft.
You can get Pokemon.
Well, Harry Potter too. I know I've seen.
Pokemon is Mega Blocks. Not
oh,
Lego.
Is it Mega? Because I thought I've seen Lego.
I still want the Charizard. Or I still want the big Charizard one. But
yeah, that's wicked.
Where are we going here now? What the? Oh yeah, okay.
I swear, like 60% of the toy section now is Lego.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
All right, there we go. A little bit more, a little bit more. This thing will be built in no time. Except they every page is like, okay, now put this piece on. Okay, now put this piece on. What? Just put a whole bunch on one fucking page.
Back in college, I took a technical writing.
Waste of paper.
Yeah. Back in college, I took a technical writing class, and my final exam was creating a Lego manual, essentially, like designing a model and then putting together a manual of how to build it, and then the teacher would follow it to see if they actually built the result that I wanted, and that was what your grade was based on. Yep.
When I teach computer science to like younger, like in middle school, you do that, right? You say, okay, here is a loaf of bread, here's a knife, here is jelly, here is peanut butter. I will follow your instructions exactly. Get me to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You have to notify the janitorial staff ahead of time, and wear like something to clothing, because it's going to be a mess.
Nice. Very cool. That's actually my major. I have a bachelor's in computer science, and actually,
nice.
I think my favorite teacher of all time was my computer science teacher in high school. Like hands down, he altered the course of my life because he was just such an awesome teacher. Yeah.
Mine was good. I remember too once he had said, and of course now that I've been a programmer for a very long time, I get it easily. But he had said once, and I remember this lesson I will never forget. He was just, we're turning in some stuff, and somebody forgot to put their name on their paper, and they put it in on all the others, or they turned in the sheet, the code, and he's flipping through, he sees it, and calls the person out and says, "You got to put your name on this." And we're like, "How did you know that was his?" He says, "It's as personal as a fingerprint. I've been grading you guys all year. I could grade all of these without putting a single name on it." And we're like, okay, fine. So the next assignment, we turned them all in, no names, and they came back to the right person, graded every single one. And we're just, how'd you do that? Turned to me.
You can identify people just how snarky the comments are in their code, like,
or whether they put comments.
Like, yeah, I know exactly who wrote this. Nice.
Sorry. I'm all excited with my new Boba Fett Lego.
Neil, your geeking out is interrupting our geeking out.
Yeah, let's have a geek out
pretty
contest.
cool. Like 13
Yeah,
year old
I am.
Well, thank you, Sinister Porpoise.
It's a lot of fun to, like, when you start to really be able to recognize somebody's code and to be able to sit there and say, okay, they used a do while here when they could have used a for loop or whatever, and oh my God, here they are exiting the loop. And the people who like whether they're sloppy with this particular thing or that particular thing, variable assignments is great. I just start with X, then XX, then XXX. Screw having a real name. I don't have to. Yeah, okay. I know. I'm admitting, yes. But to be fair, when I learned coding, that was how it was done. I learned coding before object-oriented. By the way, I love object-oriented. I program in Java, so I can do it fine. And plenty of people who learn procedural cannot. They don't instinctively grasp the object-oriented, so they can't really be creative with it. I managed to be able to do that, but I'm not going to survive. I'm too much of a dinosaur. I won't survive another revolution, and I will name my variables by letters of the alphabet. Damn it. In particular, sorry.
There's a long time joke. If you want job security, just obfuscate your code to the point where no one else can maintain it except you. Like, they can't afford to fire at that point.
or just really go for very high elegance in the code, because that's the other thing. A truly elegant code, 80% of programmers will look at it and say, "Oh, it's easy," and they mistake the elegance for easy, and you modify anything, and the whole thing implodes. It's like a crystalline structure. So just make sure you do something really elegant. Take the extra time, and you're set for life.
Yeah, that's the 3 ways to go. You obfuscate to the point where nobody else can maintain it except you. You make it so elegant and so like esoteric and tricky that only you can maintain it. What was the other one? I'm missing the third one. I can't remember.
Buy the company out. Fire 10% of the staff or half the staff, and then tweak. Like
you only do that if you're an idiot. No, the third one is learn a technology that is so narrow and so specific, and go find a job with that where they can't fire you, like COBOL. Go be a COBOL maintainer. Like, the government will hire you and they'll never let you go because COBOL maintainers are literally dying out, and they still does the COBOL code.
I did that by accident. A firm hired me as an independent contractor to program for the firm. I said, "What language?" They said, "We can't tell you." I was like, "Oh, maybe I'm joining like the CIA or something. This is awesome, right?" No, they couldn't tell me because there's no name for the language. It was a language built exclusively to program barcoders, so that those little laser zappers. I was like, "You want me to program barcoders?" And like, yeah. And I looked at the language. I was like, "This is the most screwed up language I've ever seen." And they're like, "Yeah, we're not even sure a programmer made the language, but it's the language we work in." And you could actually build custom applications for like inventories and all this other stuff. And so this company would. I got paid $20 an hour, and they'd bill out what I was doing at like $120. I found out later, but and then would build like an entire inventory system based on these barcoders for medium-sized businesses and so on and so forth. I finally had it, and I was like, I didn't like the boss. He had a habit of drinking a little too much, and then I'd get a call in the middle of the night. "Nick, you're the best employee I've ever had. I've got an idea. We're going to make millions. Come in tomorrow, and I'll tell you what it is." I was like, "Okay, fine. I come in the next day. He's like, "Nick, what are you doing here?" Like, "You called last night and said I should come in." "Oh, I don't think I called you last night." Like, fucking son of a... So
alcoholic piece of shit.
But when I quit, oh my God, he's like, "Nick, nobody else knows how to do these things. I don't care. I really don't." He's like, "I'll pay you double." Okay, now I care a little more.
Which was that one there.
Sorry if I'm a little amped too. I had like a lot of Dr. Pepper, which
there you go.
I learned to drink it all before going on air, because the last time I drank a 2-liter bottle on Neil's stream, tons of mice clipped it, and that thing is still going around me, just chugging a 2-liter bottle. So I drank it before coming on stream.
Of course he did.
Yeah, well, I still get that in my live streams. So
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that post I made the other day or yesterday or whatever, where I said, "Hey, look, I found a really old picture of myself, and it's a sperm cell." Well, he took that and he put a bandana on it.
That was really good. That was really good. I laughed my ass off.
You get these idiots that come in and go, "That's only half of you." I'm like, "Yeah, we get that, you jackass. It's just supposed to be a joke, okay? Like, fuck off."
Oh, I did that too. I said, okay, is the glass half empty or is it half full? So this is, I think that is a more important discussion than most people think. And then somebody goes, Nick. It's full. It's completely full. It's like, what do you mean it's completely full? It's got half water, half air. It's like,
yeah.
No. I always said, somebody asked me that question years ago. I said, well, that depends. They go, what do you mean that depends? Well, were they pouring the water in or pouring the water out? Goes,
that's a really good point. I like that one.
I've never heard that before. I said, well, that matters. Because if they're pouring it in, then it's half full. If they're pouring it out, it's half empty. It's that simple.
Yep.
You guys want to see why I was 30 minutes late to the after party?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Guess I'll leave now.
No,
on us.
Neil does not speak for the group.
Let's see here.
Oh, sure.
How do I share my entire screen? There we go.
Oh God! I mean, I have to do work now.
You have
I'm trying to.
You gotta hit a button or something.
Yeah, this video screen I'm using is very low resolution. There we go.
Is there sound? You got to make sure you turn the sound on.
All right, you should be able to see that now. There we go. This is what I was doing when the after party started.
Oh well, that's totally excusable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised you're not still with them.
It's gotten dark. I can't play with a ball out there with them. That's coyotes out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen the guy that has the coyote and the dogs together? Like, I guess
really?
they're all friends. Yeah.
I don't think the coyotes take kindly on my dogs, or vice versa.
No, I guess they're situational. Oh, it's cute.
Yeah.
Also buffering for some reason.
It does that when you do this. For some, I don't know why it's StreamYard. Apparently, StreamYard's got some new shit you can do now. Like I can, hang on, let me see if I can do anything at all here. Let's see what I can do. Do this.
Well, they've got a competitor that's actually
choose what you want to do with the thing. I guess I don't know. You can add video. You can do all kinds of shit now.
Well,
it's kind of weird.
You can let guests stream on their channels now. You can let up to 6 guests stream on their channels.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
If you're a subscriber, you can let up to 6 people stream on their channels.
Oh, cool! That's cool.
Well,
Nice.
there's a new competitor called, I think it's called Eevee or something like that. I should look it up. I got an account just to try it, and it's actually really cool. You can do all the standard layouts, or you can make your own. So you can put any cameras anywhere you want to. It allows for transparencies with multiple overlays. So you can put different overlays and different things, and you can do almost any kind of design. It's actually really, really good.
I joined Pocket Locker's stream yesterday, and they were using something other than the StreamYard. Like they had all kinds of neat features where there's like YouTube integrations. When people would chat in the YouTube chat, they'd have a little avatar that would pop in on their screen and walk around on the bottom of the screen. So you see like 3, 4, 5, 6 guys walking back and forth. Oh yeah, Stephanie, you were there. You're in that stream, I think. Yeah. Yeah,
I forget what that tech is. A lot of that stuff is in Gather too, because Jay streams out of Gather.
Oh my God, Gather's still alive?
Apparently.
I joined that 20 years ago or something like that. I mean, like really in the old days. Like that was AOL times.
Well, they've stepped their game up some.
Pragmatic Crystal says Gather is cool too. So.
I still have. Do I have? Hold on. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I'm calling it a night there, guys. I had a really long day today.
They already call it a night, Ollie.
About 2 hours earlier this morning. So you guys have a good one, though. I'm starting to pass out here.
All right, Ollie.
Good to see you, Ollie.
Save some weed for the rest of us, you prick.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Sure, Neil. All right. All these like way out in Thule land, the other side of Canada there, so it's really
That's
late
true.
for him.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to head out soon too. I got probably about 5.
Yeah, I guess
minutes.
it's
I'm
pretty
paid.
late for you too.
It's what time is it? It's almost 11. Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm on the East Coast, but it's. You know, I'm usually a night owl, but it's just I had to get up early today, and it's been constant streaming for the last 2 or 3 days, so I'm just wiped. But
I get up earlier now.
Yeah,
actually, yeah, because the new guy they gave me to work with, who's phenomenal.
They
He's
gave you a
fucking
guy to
smart
work?
kid. Yeah, to do all the filling and stuff like that while I do the lab work, right?
Oh,
'Cause I was on my
sorry.
own because they took my old helper and moved him into batteries for recycling batteries, which is something we took in now. So now I had a new guy come in, Indian fellow by the name of Tanvir, and he's an atheist as well. We discovered that today, and so we started talking about atheist stuff too. And he says, "Yeah, my parents are still Hindus," and yada yada. I said, "Shit, man, I should get you on my show." It's just I'm going to talk him into doing it.
Nice.
You guys can meet Tanvir, and he's fucking smart, funny kid. He's like 20 or 19 or something like that, and he's awesome. He's been a huge help to me because I can actually get shit done now. The only drawback is he doesn't have a forklift ticket, so I still have to do the forklift stuff, right? So
I'm going to confess to the question I was about to ask you, Neil, and I'm just going to plead tired. I was about to ask you. There's this guy named Oz. Have you ever heard of him?
Yes.
So okay, we've been to Tang together.
Right.
Yeah, but so I was about to ask that. I checked myself barely in time, but Oz knows so many people too. I'm sure you've already talked to him and asked if he knows anyone, but I'm sure, you know, like he's got a well of untapped, especially people that have been, you know, out of that church and all that other. So maybe go talk to him and see if he knows anybody too. And I'm just sort of trying to think if
that might be an idea.
I can think of, yeah. I just kept. I mean, I was literally like, "Do you know Oz?" For fuck's sake, you and I spent the entire Tang conference like glued at the hip talking to Oz. It was literally you, Oz, and I shooting the shit together. And I'm like, "Have you ever heard of this guy?"
And Steph too,
and Mikey and Steph. But what the point being, there were times when it was you, Oz, and I was about to ask you if you knew the guy.
Yeah, you're tired. Go to bed.
I'm going to stay 5 or 10 more, and this is fun. I'm decompressing. I'm going to stay until I really have to go. So 5-10 more minutes. I'm having a good time, and thank you all for putting up with my mic. And well, thank you for putting up with the noise and for my microphone. I appreciate it.
What?
It's been so long since you've been here.
Did he just say something?
Long, I forgot what you look
getting
like.
a bill for the cochlear implant.
All I'm getting now is crackling and buzzing.
That's because your computer sucks, Michael.
You said you were going to send me one once you had your new one set up. I remember that.
Wait. Neil's giving out computers? Neil, buddy.
He said that.
Buddy.
I had a friend of mine that has these suckers that he got from these little HP thin clients. Right? They don't come with a monitor. So I got one. They were like $300, and usually they sell for about $1,000. He had an overstock warehouse thing going on.
So on a completely unrelated note, I am deeply and profoundly sorry for anything I ever said in the history of our relationship that may have offended you. And
so pretty much everything.
Okay, that's completely.
So you muted yourself. How the hell I didn't do that? Did I?
He took his headphones.
What the hell's going on now with Stephanie?
I don't know.
That was weird.
That was weird.
Yeah, it's coming.
So I love this headset. I've had this headset. I got it for broadcasting, and there's a problem with it, which is I thought, hey, if you get the most expensive headset you can do, it's going to be a quality mic. Now I knew nothing about mics, So it's not a great mic. It's not really for streaming, but you can walk 300 yards. I've got a neurological condition, so sometimes I have to get up and walk anyway. So I'll like just get up, walk, and I can do all that other stuff. I love it. I've had it forever, and it is dying, and it is dying badly. It keeps getting just disconnected, like in the middle of a. So that's what that was. It just disconnects, it resets, and I got to wait a minute until it reconnects. I just mid-sentence, it's just like all of a sudden. So it's on its last legs.
I resuscitated this horrible ancient laptop that just barely can handle stuff, but it's doing better than my iPad. And I got and I got this thing where I can use my iPhone for a camera, which does neat things. And it's kind of good.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
I think what I'm saying, Neil, is that I'm just having all these hardware failures, and a new computer would probably really help me out a lot.
Or a new headset.
Well, yeah, but a new computer is kind of like a new headset because it's got a mic on it, and I could shout at it.
I will find out from my buddy who lives downstairs.
I am absolutely good. Okay.
Hold on. If he's got any more, because they dropped the price to $250 now.
That's
Really?
amazing.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I might be. Yeah.
And that's Canadian, so that's like $27 US.
That's actually that's a really good
right?
point.
That's $1.50.
That's legit money.
So let me know, because he still has a few, I think. So if you guys want them, let me know and I can get them for you. Then you guys just transfer me the cash whenever, if you want. It's up to you.
I will pay you in Starbucks coupons.
That I'm going to use to buy your coffees anyways?
Hypothetically, it's possible, yes.
Oh, Dick. I dude, my life would not be the same without you, man.
Oh man, you know what? God, I don't know why, but I was thinking about the first time I met you or heard of you, and I'm gonna say I remember being in awe too. Oh, fuck that. I was in awe because it's so rare to meet such a genuinely nice person. We're not live anymore, right? Because this will be used against me. I'm going to wait. Let's wait until we're in the green room before I finish that statement. But
continue.
I'm sure. And when we met, it was also, and I just remember, it's like, the other thing is, okay, so I believe it or not, I don't like groups of people. I like talking, but mostly to one person or whatever. And so when I first met Neil, which was actually at the ACA, not at Tang, and every time Neil went out for a cigarette, it was Faithless. You're right. It was Faithless Forum, which is basically ACA now anyway. But and I every time Neil went for a cigarette, I was like, you know what? I need space. I need air, and smoky air is still preferable to just hanging out with lots of people. So we'd go, and he was just like, we were stuck at the hip, and everywhere we went, and it made the whole experience a lot easier for me. So I really enjoyed that, and I was just like, oh my God, Neil's one of those guys that the reality is at least as good, if not better, than you already thought he was. So it was marvelous. I got all the pictures of Neil. I started feeling guilty about using Neil's pictures as a dartboard.
I was just going to say, you blew it up, didn't you? And then
exactly. And then I felt guilty about that because I was like, you like the guy, right? It's like, yeah, but nobody has to know.
Kinda. He's all right.
Sort of. Shit. So so that was it. So it was really good to meet you, and it was good to hang. And
I was pretty stoked meeting you too, brother. So.
Oh, thank you. Okay. That was a blast.
No, Tim. They didn't have Tim Hortons in Texas, dude.
They had a Timmy's
in
Fort Wayne, but it was closed. They
That's
did
true.
Timmy's in Fort Wayne, but it was closed. Poor Neil.
I was pissed.
So bad.
I was like, what the fuck? Don't tease me, you bastards. Oh, my fucking Timmy's. What the hell's wrong with you fucking people? Sorry.
We got a Timmy's here in Maine. There's one in South Portland.
Oh, yeah?
Such a Canadian thing to be angry about, Tim Hortons.
The scissors went on the fucking map, and I need my Timbits.
Yeah, here we have Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts fighting for your
You know what?
Coffee dollar.
When I was in Chicago at Mike's place, I gotta say, Dunkin' Donuts coffee is actually pretty good.
It's not bad.
It's
It
not
depends.
bad. Like I was heard it was terrible, and I tried it, and I'm like, this isn't that bad.
I was much happier. The Dunkin' by me, like new ownership, and now it's just a bunch of kids who don't care, and it's always burnt, and it's terrible, and it's just like.
Oh, that sucks.
But when it was really cheap and significantly cheaper than Starbucks, I was like, okay, this is a quarter the price of Starbucks, and it's 80% the taste. I was like, you got me sold. And now it's like 2/3 the price of Starbucks and half the taste. And so it's just like, if a Starbucks is closer, I'll hit the Starbucks.
McDonald's coffee isn't bad up here.
Yeah.
Actually, McDonald's coffees, you know why it's not bad?
Here it is.
They have the old Timmy's recipe.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, they bought that?
Yep, because Timmy's coffee was a little bit different before, and when the guys, whoever owns Burger King, bought out Tim Hortons, they had a new coffee blend. It was very similar to their old one, but the old one went to McDonald's. Yeah, Air says McDonald's is old Timmy's coffee. Yeah, and I actually very much enjoyed McDonald's. And their old coffee was pretty much just grill cleaner, is what it tasted like to me.
Jesus.
Oh,
fucking terrible.
Well, when I was in Greece, we were on Santorini, which is made entirely out of a basically
I've been there. It's awesome.
Sunken. It is. It's absolutely, and the beaches are black. The wine is spectacular.
Wow.
The coffee is made literally out of the lava from the
volcanically
crater.
Like Kona.
No, it tastes that way. I ordered coffee and there were like grounds in it still, and it tasted like lava, or at least like I would imagine lava. I never did the experiment, but I tasted to me like lava, and it had roughly the same temperature. It was profoundly unpleasant.
So here's mud in your eye. It's literally what you're getting. Yeah.
There's lava in your eye.
So whenever we have bad coffee, we just compare it to the Santorini coffee. Now the wine, on the other hand, half a bottle will get you floored, and it tastes awesome. But
there we have it, folks. Completed the Microfighter Boba Fett ship right there.
Nice.
Just in time, because I usually like to keep these to about an hour and a half. And let me just put the finishing touch on this weapon of his here. Almost looks like, there we go. There we go. The big blaster there for him, like that. There we go.
Perfect.
And apparently he sits inside this thing. I don't know how, because it's tiny, but he apparently does. And here we go. Oh yeah, no, I see how it works. Still, honestly, if you're a Lego fan, best fucking Boba Fett minifigure to come out yet, in my opinion. Let's put him in there so we can get in his little ship. Oh, look at that. He fits in there fucking perfectly.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Oh, this is the best. There we go. We got little pew, 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 pew. All right, there we go. There's my imitation there. You can go and shoot them out. Oh, fuck, I lost it. Good thing they got extra ones.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
Hellbound
There we go.
Hillbilly says Dunkin' Donuts suck, and I agree. Krispy Kreme. Gotta go to Krispy Kreme.
I fucking love Krispy Kreme.
You got to come to Seattle.
Oh, Krispy Kreme is so good, man.
If you
Come
get
to
them right
Seattle
when
and
they're
get pop.
hot. Oh, man.
What's that donut place? I think it's in Portland. They have the giant bacon donut?
Ew.
really,
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's good.
oh, that got my attention.
Okay.
Is it
If you haven't
maple?
had a bacon donut, you need it. Yeah, maple bacon donut.
Yeah,
Maple,
And it's
yeah, I know
huge,
those.
and they sprinkle bacon all over this fucking thing, like sprinkles you would put on a donut. And I've never been there to have it, so I kind of want to go there and do it. But somebody brought like half of one home, and I was like, "Oh, it's Voodoo Donuts! Thank you, Aunt Jer."
Yeah.
And it's so good,
Wow.
so good.
Wow.
And the other restaurant that I really like when I go down and play Yu-Gi-Oh! Down in Seattle is they got a little burger joint called Dick's. And it's the funny thing that we say, when it's lunch break in the card game, we go, all right, it's time to go eat some dicks. And then we go have some dicks.
Did it come in a bag? When you get it, did it come in a bag?
Oh God.
Yep.
Did
Of
you
course
get
it
a
comes
bag
in
of
a
dicks?
bag.
Yeah.
Yes, I had a bag of dicks.
Bag of dicks.
I ate a whole bag of
greasy
dicks, like, all of it.
All right.
The fries,
I just
the
had
burger,
to find
everything.
out.
Well, there you go, folks. One of the microfighters has been built, and you see right here they got a picture of another one. This one is not a microfighter though, and it's sitting right over there. And I want to put that together.
Yeah.
But oh shit, let me put that over there. So one. There you go. So nobody can say I've never built any Lego on live. So fuck you. I just did.
No, yeah, you should have turned to the camera.
I can't. It's attached to this.
Oh, okay. Well, held the
I
piece
could have
up as
hooked
you were
up.
putting it right in.
Could have hooked up my old camera that I bought for ghost hunting way back in the day, in like the early 2000s. But no, in '99 I think I got that. But I quickly gave up the belief in ghosts, so that changed.
I build those plastic, I build plastic models, and I love to watch the time lapses on YouTube. They're fun.
Yeah. Well, when I do like the bigger sets, it'll definitely be time lapsed.
Yeah,
for sure. Because
I've got a couple of friends right now. They're super into building Gundam models. Like it's all
Gundam's cool.
Yeah. There's
Those
so
are
many to
great.
choose from. There's like hundreds.
I had
of
a bunch,
designs.
but I gave them to a friend, and he built them all. I
I've
never
owned
got
one.
to build them, but he did.
I owned one, and I think I put it in storage about a month ago because I was like tired of it falling over on my shelf. I was like, I setting it back up, set up the sword and the gun. I'm like, why does this keep on falling over? I finally decided I could forget it.
Fuck it. Yep. Anyways, we're going to call this one in the books, guys. It is time for me to go to bed because, as I mentioned earlier, I do get up a little bit earlier now because I pick up that new kid who lives a little off the beaten path, but not too far where it's an inconvenience. So I go pick him up. So I got to get up about 20 minutes earlier than usual. So I'm up at like 3:30 in the morning these days to get to work by 5. Yeah. So being a little after 8, I'll still get, a decent clip of sleep. So
there you go.
But all you guys, it's great having you all jump in here. It's been like a week and a bit, and I missed you guys. So and Arthur Quill got you scheduled for the 6th. So we're gonna have some fun on that Thursday. And again, thanks to our guest of honor tonight, ex-Mormon. Great having you on the show. Hope you had some fun with us in the after party.
Yeah, definitely. I'll come again.
Oh, for sure. If you see us live, just ping me and I'll send you a link and you're in.
Cool.
And that's just the way it is. Like usually I don't let people in here until they've been on the show.
I'm the best example. He keeps trying to boot me, but I've got the key. It's a permanent. You've been on the show once. You just keep trying. He has not been able to get rid of me since.
It's like herpes.
It's Michael's fault. I blame Michael. It's his fault.
I'm not sure we have to say I'm like herpes. I'm just saying. I mean, there's no other metaphors.
No, you're not a thing like herpes, Nick. You're not a thing.
We don't have to say you're like herpes, but I said it anyways. You guys are some of my favorite fucking people. So, and all you guys in the chat, also some of my favorite people. And many of you have already been on the show. But if you haven't, consider coming on as a guest. I've got most of April still open, but I do have some lures out there with a few people that might take a nibble. So some of those dates are going to disappear pretty quick. Anywho, guys, I want to thank all of our wonderful people that watch the show over on Twitch, Twitter, and the YouTube there. Appreciate you guys doing that. And thanks, everyone, for any super chats and stuff tonight. As I mentioned before, all the proceeds for the shows for the next little while are going to be going to Mikey. Along with what I generally pay him, even though he's not doing shit except popping in the after parties, but that's okay because he's got children now. Well, a child now, anyways. But and that's important, and we got to help support the guy for that. So thanks you for all you do for the show, guys, and of course my amazing patrons and members. If you want to be a member on the show and chip in an extra $1.50, you can hit that join button down there, and that will also go to help support Mikey as well. And all the guest links are, they're not in the description box below. It is actually, this is the one I mean. If you missed the original interview, there is a link in the description box below, which also has the Twitter link for ex-Mormon, and you can stalk him on Twitter if you want. And that's about it. I just about hit this one, but we were in the fucking after party, so what the hell why would I hit that one? All right, and there we go. And like I say at the end of all the after parties, I usually say this. Like late great Carl Sagan once said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.